You feel a wave of deep stress hit you for no reason. You feel a sudden, uncontrollable urge to eat a donut. You feel down even though your life is going great. You tell yourself, I just need more willpower, or I need to fix my brain. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But what if I told you that these thoughts aren't yours? What if they are chemical signals sent by trillions of tiny organisms living inside your intestines that are pulling the strings of your nervous system like a puppeteer? Welcome to the Psychobiotic Revolution. The viral truth is that you aren't just one person. You are a colony. And the bacteria in your gut, your microbiome, are essentially a second brain that dictates how you feel, what you crave, and even who you are. Today, we are going to explore the terrifying and fascinating science of how these bugs hack your vagus nerve, why 90% of your happiness hormone isn't even made in your head, and how simple things like dirt and specific probiotics can act as natural antidepressants. And please take a second to hit the like button and leave a comment. This is a huge help to the channel. To understand how a bacteria in your stomach can make you cry, you have to understand the connection. For a long time, we thought the brain talked to the gut. We called it butterflies in the stomach. But we now know that communication is a two-way street. In fact, it's mostly one-way traffic upwards. This connection is the vagus nerve. Think of the vagus nerve as a fiber optic cable. Research shows that 80% to 90% of the nerve fibers in this cable are sending signals from the gut to the brain, not the other way around. Your bacteria are constantly producing chemical byproducts. We call them metabolites. These chemicals stimulate the vagus nerve endings in the gut lining. The nerve then sends a direct text message to your brainstem, changing your mood within minutes. If your bacteria are stressed, you feel stressed. They are literally hacking your hardware. If you go to a psychiatrist for depression, they might prescribe an SSRI, the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, to boost serotonin in your brain. But here is the shocking statistic. 90% of the serotonin in your body is produced in your digestive tract. Only 10% is synthesized in the central nervous system. Your gut bacteria, specifically strains like Candida, Streptococcus, and Escherichia, regulate cells, especially the enterochrome affin cells that manufacture this neurotransmitter. Now, while gut serotonin doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier directly, it regulates the precursors, like tryptophan, that do cross. Furthermore, the vagal signals we just talked about are dependent on this gut serotonin. If your gut factory is shut down because of a bad diet, your brain never gets the raw materials or the signals it needs to feel happy. You aren't depressed. Your factory is on strike because bad bacteria have taken over. This brings us to a new class of medicine called psychobiotics. These are live bacteria that, when ingested, confer a mental health benefit. The superstar here is a strain called Lactobacillus rhamnosus, specifically the JB1 strain. In a landmark study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, researchers found that giving this bacteria to mice significantly reduced their stress hormones. They lowered corticosterone and depressive behaviors. But how can they do this? This bacteria literally changes the expression of GABA receptors in the brain. GABA is your chill neurotransmitter. It's what meds like Valium target. This bacteria naturally boosts your brain's ability to utilize GABA. Other strains, like Bifidobacterium longum, have been shown in human trials to lower cortisol levels and reduce self-reported anxiety. We are entering an era where your prescription might not be a pill, but a yogurt. So if we have these helpful bugs, what happens when we kill them? We treat antibiotics like candy. Got a sniffle? Take a Z-Pack. But antibiotics are essentially a nuclear bomb for your microbiome. They kill the bad infection, but they also wipe out the good psychobiotics that help you. Research suggests that a single course of broad-spectrum antibiotics can alter the microbiome for up to a year, and in some cases, permanently lead to the extinction of specific species, and this is horrible for your gut and health. I have seen patients whose anxiety disorder started exactly 2 months after a severe round of antibiotics. They wiped out the colony that was producing their dopamine precursors. If you don't actively rehab your gut after antibiotics, with fermented foods and specific probiotics, you might find yourself feeling like a different person, simply because you are missing your microscopic support crew. Have you ever tried to quit sugar and felt a physical rage? You think, I have no willpower, Stop blaming yourself now. That craving is likely a survival scream from a yeast called Candida albicans, or sugar-loving bacteria like firmicutes. These organisms thrive on glucose. When you try to starve them, they release toxins that cross into your bloodstream and affect your brain, causing irritability, brain fog, and intense cravings. They also manipulate your vagus nerve to make you feel unsatisfied until you eat sugar. You know, that dessert craving after a meal. You aren't craving the donut. They are. Once you understand that you are feeding a parasite, it becomes much easier to say no. You are starving the enemy. So, you switch to diet soda to starve the sugar bugs. Smart, right? Wrong. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin might have 0 calories, but they are not biologically inert. A study published in Nature demonstrated that these sweeteners induce glucose intolerance by altering the gut microbiota. Essentially, they kill off the good bacteria that regulate your blood sugar and encourage the growth of bacteria that are incredibly efficient at harvesting energy from food. This is why people who drink diet soda often don't lose weight. They are cultivating a fat storage microbiome. They are filling their gut with bad bacteria. If you want to fix your mood and your weight, water is the only neutral fluid. Finally, let's talk about the weirdest antidepressant of all, dirt. We live in a sterile world. We sanitize everything. But our ancestors lived in the dirt. There is a specific soil-based bacterium called Mycobacterium vaccae. You inhale it when you garden or walk in the forest. Research from Bristol University showed that when mice were exposed to Mycobacterium vaccae, their neurons activated the serotonin-producing pathways in a way that mimicked the effect of antidepressant meds. This supports the hygiene hypothesis that by being too clean, we have disconnected ourselves from the old friends, the good bacteria, that our immune system and brain evolved with. This is why forest bathing or just gardening without gloves feels so therapeutic. You are literally inoculating yourself with the nature's antidepressant. Here's the doctor's verdict. Tend your garden. You are not alone in your body. You are the zookeeper of a trillion tiny pets that can be good or bad to you. If you feed them trash, sugar, and antibiotics, they will become a riotous mob that makes you anxious and sad. But if you feed them real food, fiber, fermented foods, and expose them to nature, they will become your best allies. They will manufacture your joy, protect your brain, and calm your stress. Stop trying to fix your mind with just positive thinking. Start by fixing the soil in which your mind grows. Start by fixing your gut and your friendly bacteria. Let's grow a better brain. I'm Dr. Levitas, helping you trust your gut. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.